So today's job, I'm going to be fitting this window right here. And here's the lintel I'm going to be using. So I've got and marked up where the lintel's going to be, and I've already started stitch drilling in the corners, and then I'm just working my way along and just making a nice outline of where the lintel's going to sit, taking out the mortar from underneath and above the brickwork. This 10mm drill bit from a company called Punk seems to be working really well. Okay guys, so I've finished off all the stitch drilling. I've put an angle grinder just down the edges just to cut the line where I wanted it, but you can see where the brick has just broken away just a little bit further on, but I can repair that when I'm installing the lintel. So with a few gentle little taps of the hammer, I should start to see the bricks falling away. I'm making sure that there's nothing or anyone on the other side. So with my lintel opening made, I took a measurement of the whole opening, and then I got the centre line down the middle. I then marked the centre line on the top of the window and used that as a guide so that I could get my width. Once I had my width, I just used a level to come down, which gave me my straight plumb lines, and then I actually checked it with a plumb line to make sure it was truly plumb. It's important not to forget the sill in these measurements as well. So now we've got something that resembles a window shape. Quick clear up. So that's my window inside the hole. Obviously the windowsill isn't in there yet, which will take up some of the height that you can see there. And I've got plenty of movement each way so that I can get it nice and level and sitting right. So as you can see from the pointing just there, I took a grinder and I just took it back ever so slightly. So what I'm going to do is just fix it up with a little bit of fresh pointing just to get that wall all nice and strong again. Same with the top there. Just get it all good and strong before the window goes in. Just wetting the mortar lines just so it kills the suction when I put the mortar into it. I'll do this a couple of times. I've now repointed those bits there, and I've built a little bit of mortar up for the lintel to go in, and it's looking pretty level so far, but might just need a little tweak here and there. But I'm going to get this flush with the wall, and then hopefully I can start pointing all the way around it. So sorry I didn't get much footage of me doing the pointing. But you get the point. If you see, you get the point. If you see up there, I've stuffed a whole load of mortar all the way round. I've also gone round the back, done the same there. The sun's moving round, so I've had to move really quickly today. Time for a good tidy up. Nice cold drink. I'll let this all go hard overnight, and I'll get the window fitted tomorrow. So using a combination of silicone and packers, got the windowsill nice and level. So I've got some brown plugs and some 100mm screws to fix it to the wall. Happy that everything's reasonably level, so I'm going to be filling these gaps here with foam. I'm using this Soodle foam. So the expanding foam has gone nice and hard now. I've given it about half an hour or so. So it's time to fit the glass. I've taken off the bits of trim and I've got the glass just down here ready. You can see I've got a nylon hammer which I'm going to use. This one's a pretty big one. It's pretty overkill, but I can't find a smaller one at the moment. And I've got a plastic, it's like a window wedge, but this is a carpet fitting tool. It will do the same thing. Got to use what you've got. And I've got a bunch of shims that I can help level up the glass and get it nice and central within the frame. These are called bridge packers. They came with a window and they just clip to the bottom of the frame like that, and they just give the window something nice and clean to rest on. I've got a couple of those. They create a little bit of tension with that little spring bit on the end and then just clip it in like that. I'm also going to stick a couple of these blue packers just in there like that. With the packers in place, I can offer up the glass and see how it fits. This one had a label at the front that was asking me to put the mottled finish on the outside, so that's what I'm going to do. Rest it in there and just offer it up to the window. There you go. I'm going to look to see that I've got it even, and this is where my little tool is going to come in. Take care if you're using anything that's metallic. That's why plastic is good, because you're not going to break the glass. I've got a couple of packers that I can just pack around it. Now I'm reasonably happy with where everything is, so I'll put a blue one just on the side and a blue one on the other side as well. I moved it across by accident a second ago. There you go. Another blue one in there, and I'm going to throw in maybe a grey one, maybe a red one towards the top. Yeah, a couple of grey ones at the top. It's now time to put the trim on. Just simply press it into the little groove at the bottom, and then I can use my hammer just to tap it down, taking real care of the glass. So because this was a small window, there was virtually no flex in these clips at all. I managed to get it in, but it took a little bit of swearing and hitting hard on a mallet, but managed to get it in nicely. And it's all solid, and we've got an opening window. So now I'm going to get some of this foam cut away from the frame. I've got my fastback knife, and I'm just going to chop in through it like so. That's the window job all done, guys. There's still a few little bits to do. I've still got to put some trim around the outside, some quarter round to match the other window that we've got over there. But yeah, I'll leave that for another day. I've still got to paint all of this, get it all blended in nicely, and it should look fantastic. Hope you got some really good value out of this video, guys. If you have, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time.